Chosen one, they tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke. They tried to bury the truth of who you are under layers of doubt, fear, and distraction. They tried to silence the whispers that your soul heard in the night. They tried to make you believe you were ordinary, small, powerless. But heaven has never been silent about you. Heaven has been speaking your name long before you were born. The stars have carried your story. The winds have carried your calling. The angels have watched over you while the world tried to erase your light. For years, you felt the weight of unseen resistance. Opportunities that should have been yours slipped away. People who should have stood with you walked away. Doors closed without explanation. This wasn't random. This was the clash between the destiny you carry and the forces that feared it. Darkness has always recognized who you are even before you did. That's why the battles were so fierce, why the nights were so long, why the isolation felt so deep. But none of it could destroy you, because heaven was watching. Chosen one, they tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke. And heaven's voice is louder than lies. Heaven's voice cuts through confusion, like light slicing through fog. Heaven's voice has been calling you in dreams, in signs, in coincidences too precise to be random. Every time you felt a sudden pull in your spirit. Every time you heard words in a song that felt like they were meant for you. Every time you stumbled onto a message at the exact moment you needed it. That was heaven speaking. You've been marked. Your path has been designed. You've been kept hidden for a reason. And now, the covering is lifting. The veil is being torn. The truth is rising up inside you like a wave. You are not who they said you were. You are not limited by what they tried to build around you. You are who heaven has always known you to be. Chosen one, everything they tried to hide is about to be revealed to you. Every secret meant to keep you bound is about to be exposed. Every false narrative spoken over your life is about to crumble. The Spirit is pouring clarity into your mind. You will see through the illusions. You will discern motives. You will recognize what is real and what is false. And you will no longer be manipulated by the distractions that once kept you small. This is not just a moment of revelation. This is a moment of activation. When heaven speaks, things move. When heaven speaks, chains break. When heaven speaks, identities are restored. You are being called out of hiding. You are being called into your true position. The assignments that once felt blocked will begin to flow. The connections that once felt impossible will begin to align. This is your time. This is your confirmation. Chosen one, they tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke. And once heaven speaks, nothing can be undone. No lie can survive the light of truth. No plan formed against you can override what has been written about you in eternity. You have been chosen to carry light into places that are still in shadow. You have been chosen to break cycles that generations before you could not break. You have been chosen to remember who you are. Breathe deeply now. Feel the shift. Feel the truth settling into your spirit. The fight to suppress you is over. The struggle to keep you blind has failed. Heaven has spoken, and now you see. Walk forward with steady steps. Walk forward knowing you are protected. Walk forward knowing that what has been hidden is now revealed. And what is revealed cannot be hidden again. This is the beginning of a new chapter. This is the moment you reclaim your voice, your vision, your power. This is where heaven's words become your reality. They tried to hide it, but heaven spoke. And heaven's word always wins. Chosen one, they tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke, and heaven is still speaking. The voice that calls you now is not a single sound, but a constant current, a living river of truth flowing straight into your spirit. It is revealing, layer by layer, everything you were never supposed to forget. You were never meant to live small. You were never meant to live blind. You were never meant to live chained to the false images others projected onto you. All of those were veils, illusions, temporary coverings. Heaven's voice pierces them and leaves them in ashes. For so long you felt like you were walking through fog. People said one thing to your face and another behind your back. You trusted, and it turned into betrayal. You reached, and your hand came back empty. It wasn't because you were weak or unworthy. It was because heaven was protecting you even when it felt like rejection. Heaven was keeping you from connections that would have poisoned your purpose. Heaven was shielding you while you were still growing strong enough to carry what you carry now. Chosen one, they tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke. And when heaven speaks, the hidden becomes clear. Suddenly, patterns you didn't notice before start to line up. Words that once seemed ordinary begin to burn with meaning. A random encounter feels like a divine appointment. This is how you know the shift is real. You're not imagining it. You're waking up to what's always been there. The truth is no longer outside you. It's rising up within you. Heaven is showing you that you are not the small, powerless version of yourself that the world tried to shape. You are the one carrying keys. You are the one carrying light. You are the one whose presence will break atmospheres and shift generations. The storms that nearly drowned you were not to end you, but to reveal your strength. The deserts you walked through were not to dry you out, but to teach you how to call water from the rock. Chosen one, you are moving into a season of revelation so intense that your inner landscape will change. Old fears will dissolve. Old doubts will no longer fit. People who once had power over you will lose their grip. You will no longer crave their approval because heaven has already stamped its approval on your soul. And that approval cannot be revoked. This is not just about you seeing the truth. It is about you becoming the truth. You will embody the message you've been waiting to hear. Your story will become living proof of divine intervention. You will walk into places and carry answers without needing to speak. You will touch lives without even knowing it. The light inside you will grow so strong that shadows cannot stand in your presence. They tried to hide the extent of your calling. They tried to cover the magnitude of your assignment. They tried to keep you blind to your inheritance. But heaven has a way of reaching you even when the world builds walls. Through dreams, through whispers, through inner knowing, heaven has been dropping clues. And now the clues are converging into clarity. You're starting to see the whole picture. You're starting to feel the weight of your name in eternity. Chosen one, this is why you felt restless lately. This is why your spirit feels like it's stretching beyond your old life. You're outgrowing who you were because you're stepping into who you are. The things that once satisfied you no longer do, because you're being fed by a higher source. The relationships that once defined you no longer fit, because you're defined by a higher truth. The plans you once thought were permanent now feel too small, because heaven has shown you a greater horizon. Do not be afraid of this stretching. It is heaven expanding your capacity. It is heaven preparing you to receive what has been stored for you. It is heaven upgrading your vision so you can see beyond what's obvious. You are being moved from instinct to insight, from survival to strategy, from wandering to walking in clear purpose. Chosen one, they tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke, and heaven's word is creative. When it speaks, new paths appear. When it speaks, dead things come alive. When it speaks, chains fall, veils lift, and destinies activate. You are stepping into that activation now. You are standing at the edge of a life that will look nothing like your past. The pain will not define you. The betrayal will not define you. The waiting will not define you. Heaven's word will define you. Take this in deeply. You are already shifting. Even as you read these words, old mindsets are breaking. Old fears are loosening. A sense of clarity and peace is settling over you because your soul recognizes truth when it hears it. This isn't hype. This is alignment. This is your confirmation that you are not crazy, not lost, not forgotten. You are right on time, standing exactly where you're meant to be as heaven lifts the veil and shows you what was hidden. Chosen one, walk forward with this knowledge. The season of being hidden is over. The season of being muted is over. The season of confusion is over. You are stepping into the light of full revelation. Everything that tried to stay hidden from you will now be shown. Every secret meant to harm you will now empower you. Every attempt to bury you will become proof that you were a seed planted for such a time as this. Heaven has spoken. Now rise and walk in what has been revealed. Chosen one, they tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke, and the voice that reaches your spirit is louder than any earthly attempt to silence you. They tried to cover your destiny with lies, to cage your purpose in doubt, to dim the light that was burning inside you from the moment you were born. But the hand of heaven cannot be stopped. The divine voice cannot be silenced. Your calling cannot be erased. And now, The proof of it is stirring within you. You can feel it like a pulse, a rhythm that is too strong to ignore. The truth of who you are, the magnitude of what you were made for, is breaking through every obstacle, every chain, every wall that the world tried to build around you. For years, you may have felt unseen. You may have thought your prayers were floating into emptiness, your efforts unnoticed, your heart unheard. Yet every moment of waiting, every season of feeling overlooked, every struggle you endured was orchestrated by heaven. Nothing in your life has been wasted. Every heartbreak was a shaping tool. Every closed door was a preparation. Every loss was actually a planting, a sowing for the greater harvest that now begins to rise. This is why heaven speaks now, to remind you that you have been in the shadow of purpose, only to step into the light of fulfillment. Chosen one, they tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke. And when heaven speaks, it moves mountains, it parts seas, it rearranges reality. You will notice the subtle confirmations first. A conversation, a message, a sign that seems too precise to be coincidence. These are heaven's fingerprints on your life, reminders that the plan has been in motion long before you even realized it. Trust in the timing. Trust in the alignment. Trust that the unseen forces that have been moving on your behalf have never stopped, even when it seemed like the world was against you. Your spirit has been crying out for clarity, for direction, for confirmation that you were not meant to remain small. Heaven heard every tear, every whisper of doubt, every longing in your heart. Now, the clouds are parting, and the sun of divine revelation is rising over your path. You will start to see connections where once there was confusion. You will notice patterns that once seemed random. You will recognize people, opportunities, and moments as holy appointments. These are the echoes of heaven speaking directly to you, calling you into alignment with your destiny. Chosen one, do not fear what is being revealed. The truth will feel intense. The clarity may shake old beliefs and old habits. The unveiling will disrupt the comfort zones that kept you stagnant. But this is necessary. Heaven is lifting you out of ordinary existence and preparing you for extraordinary impact. You were never meant to follow someone else's script. You were created to write your own. The story you are stepping into is not only yours, it is meant to inspire, to awaken, and to transform those around you. Your light has a ripple effect, and heaven knew that from the beginning. They tried to hide the depth of your calling, the magnitude of your influence, the power of your testimony. But no scheme of darkness can obscure the light of heaven. And now you're being elevated. Your understanding is expanding. Your discernment is sharpening. Your heart is being aligned with divine wisdom that surpasses human comprehension. The steps you take from this moment forward are being ordered by a power greater than anything you have known. Every encounter, every decision, every movement you make will resonate with destiny. Chosen one, they tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke. And the revelation is not only about the external blessings that await you, it is about the internal awakening that prepares you to receive them. You are stepping into a new frequency. You will feel energy shift in your body, in your mind, in your spirit. What once weighed you down will now propel you forward. What once held you captive will now launch you into freedom. You will see old patterns dissolving and new possibilities appearing. This is the work of heaven, rewriting the narrative of your life in real time. The moments ahead are sacred. People, opportunities, and experiences are being aligned to meet you at precisely the right time. You will not have to force your way. You will not have to chase what is yours. Doors will open in their appointed hour. Messages will arrive when you are ready to understand them. Signs will appear exactly when your faith needs confirmation. Everything is orchestrated with divine precision because the one who created you also controls the timing of every blessing, every breakthrough, every revelation. Chosen one, understand this. The resistance you faced was never greater than the power within you. The opposition was never stronger than the destiny written over you. Every attempt to hold you back only proved that you were moving forward faster than the world could handle. Every whisper meant to intimidate you was a signal that heaven's favor is upon you. Every delay was a signal that your readiness was being perfected. And now the time has come. They tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke. And when heaven speaks, it cannot be ignored. Your life is being aligned with purpose. Your spirit is being elevated. Your destiny is being activated. You will begin to walk in ways that feel supernatural, guided by a wisdom that cannot be taught, but only received. Your heart will sense what to say. Your mind will know what to do. Your spirit will recognize where to go. Every step forward will echo with divine confirmation. This is your awakening. This is your rise. This is the turning point where you see that nothing in your past could have prevented what heaven has in store. Your story is being rewritten in gold. Your path is being cleared in light. Your presence will change rooms. Your voice will awaken souls. Your influence will alter outcomes. And all of this, chosen one, is because heaven has spoken, and heaven will not be silent until you fully understand the magnitude of what is happening. Walk in it boldly. Walk in it confidently. Walk in it without fear. You are no longer bound by what others said you could or couldn't be. You are no longer limited by what was hidden from you. Heaven has spoken, and now you are stepping into the reality that was reserved for you before time began. Your future is alive. Your destiny is moving, and nothing can stop the divine plan that has chosen you for greatness. Chosen one, they tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke, and the words are not whispers. They are a roaring current that surges through your spirit. You may have felt overlooked, unrecognized, or even forgotten, yet the truth of your existence cannot be concealed. The very moment you were born, the angels began writing your story in eternity. Every beat of your heart has carried a message. Every breath has held a purpose. Every step you took, even the ones that felt aimless, was a step toward this revelation. Nothing was random, nothing accidental. Everything has led you here. For so long, they tried to cover your light with shadows. They tried to silence the calling embedded in your soul. They tried to convince you that your dreams were too big, your visions too impossible, and your heart too fragile. Yet, the divine cannot be silenced. The spirit within you knows what the mind may have doubted. The heavens have been speaking while the world whispered impossible. And now, the hidden is breaking free. The unseen is becoming visible, and the truth of your destiny is rising like the sun piercing the darkness. Chosen one, heaven's voice is unmistakable. It pierces through fear, doubt, and confusion. The moments when you felt restless, when your heart beat faster without reason, when you were drawn to paths and people that didn't make sense to others, those were heaven's whispers, guiding you toward your purpose. You were never lost. You were navigating the divine currents that the world cannot perceive. And now, those currents are aligning perfectly, bringing into motion the very life that was always intended for you. They tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke, and it is speaking louder than ever before. The battles you fought, the tears you shed, the nights of loneliness and uncertainty, they were refining you. They were preparing you to carry the light that only you can bear. You have been forged in fire, strengthened in silence, and elevated through trials. The weight you carried has given you wisdom. The struggles you endured have sharpened your faith. You are ready. You are fully prepared. And heaven is now revealing the future that has always been yours. Chosen one, the signs have already begun. You will notice patterns that confirm what your soul already knows. Numbers, words, encounters, coincidences, these are not random. They are confirmations, echoes of the divine plan that have been moving in your life all along. Pay attention. Listen closely. Heaven speaks in ways subtle and profound, and your heart is now tuned to hear it with clarity. The revelation is not just about material blessings. It is about awakening your spirit to its true power. You will begin to understand your purpose in a way that transcends logic. You will recognize that every pain, every heartbreak, every moment of waiting was preparing you for this very season. The world may try to label you, define you, or contain you, but heaven has already designated your place. You are chosen. You are set apart. You are destined to shine in ways that will inspire and awaken those around you. They tried to hide the magnitude of your calling, but heaven spoke, and the truth is undeniable. You are not here by accident. You are a living testimony of divine intention. Every skill, every gift, every trait you possess has been intentionally placed in you for the purpose of transformation, for your life, and for the lives of countless others. The future that is unfolding will show you how connected every seemingly random moment has been to the grand design of your destiny. Chosen one, fear not the unfolding. The revelation may feel overwhelming at times. The magnitude of what is coming may challenge everything you thought you knew. You may feel unprepared, inadequate, or even hesitant. But remember, heaven equips those it calls. The strength, the wisdom, the courage, all of it is already within you. You have been built to bear this assignment. Your heart has been readied, your mind sharpened, and your spirit fortified. Step boldly. Your path will now begin to reveal itself in ways that are undeniable. The people, opportunities, and circumstances that once seemed elusive will start to converge perfectly. Doors will open without effort, and confirmations will appear everywhere. You will witness the synchronicities of heaven. You will experience moments that cannot be explained by coincidence alone. These are the footprints of God moving behind the scenes, arranging, aligning, and activating your destiny. Chosen one, the shift you are entering is profound. It is not just a change of circumstance. It is a spiritual awakening, a rebirth of purpose. You will find clarity where there was confusion. You will feel peace where there was unrest. You will step into authority where you once felt powerless. Your light will become so vivid that darkness cannot linger around you. The revelations coming to you will ignite your spirit, elevate your consciousness, and align your steps with a higher plan that surpasses all understanding. They tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke. And now, the veils are being lifted. The deception is unraveling. The illusions are fading. Every truth that was meant to be revealed to you is breaking through. Your soul is awakening to its own power. Your mind is opening to divine wisdom. Your heart is expanding to receive what heaven has been preparing for you all along. You are stepping into a timeline where your gifts, your influence, and your calling will no longer be restrained. The universe itself is now conspiring with heaven to bring you into alignment. Opportunities will appear as if by magic. Encounters that once seemed random will carry significance. Conversations will leave impressions on your soul. Your intuition will become sharp, your discernment accurate, and your vision clear. This is the season where the hidden becomes manifest, and the promises spoken over your life in secret begin to show themselves openly. Chosen one, do not look back. Do not hesitate. The past, with all its struggles and setbacks, has served its purpose. You have been shaped, refined, and elevated for this very moment. What lies ahead is far greater than you can imagine, but you are ready. Heaven has spoken. Heaven has activated you. Heaven has aligned all things for your rise. Stand in faith. Walk with courage. Step into the revelation that has been waiting for you. You are no longer hidden. You are no longer silent. You are no longer limited. They tried to hide this from you, but heaven spoke. And now, your purpose, your calling, your destiny cannot be stopped. Your future is alive. Your assignment is clear, and your light is unstoppable. Rise, chosen one. Rise and embrace the fullness of what heaven has spoken over you.